of transparency. Plateau United feeder team, which is the feeder team of Plateau United, that have a gentleman and the chairman of the Nigerian Coaches Association, Bitrus Biwarang, as the general manager. So I'm disturbed with the quality of the teams involved in this scandal, and it leaves a lot of bitter taste in the mouth.
Like Gara just mentioned, it's not just the players and the coaches. When he mentioned that the secretary of the host FP was there. So it means...
But there was nothing he could do. I mean, he would just be watching the drama himself.
Like somebody mentioned, said, how would the referee be recording those goals in the first place? Because the sheet of the referee, I know how small it is. How it is. Somebody said maybe you get maybe this
a full paper, and even more
I'm writing the names of the players. Because because you can't be watching game and you are seeing 45, 40, every minute there's a goal. At one point you say, what is going on here? This is not child play, please. Of course, maybe it's not just the players. It's a different investigation. Those officials from the host FA, from the league, the top officials of the state football association who were there at their
but then you need to understand that yes, Bauchi was hosting this, but then it was involving teams outside of Bauchi. It was a playoff.
You cannot watch a game and you are seeing 100-0 in modern football and you raise questions.
You can't stop the game.
You will stop the game. You have a report. Yeah. You have your report.
Because immediately this game ended, I mean, to give them the benefit of the doubt, immediately this game ended, they knew there was something amiss, and they reacted almost immediately.
Well, I think that's just one of the measures. But
okay, let's cross over again and talk about another of the teams involved. And we just mentioned Plateau United. Now, the general manager of Plateau United, former national team assistant coach Bitrus Biwarang, was with West Half in 1994, and he's the chairman of the Nigeria Coaches Association. He's a gentleman to the core. Why would his team be involved in something like this? We have Bitrus Biwarang on the line to us from Jos on Sports Tonight. Bitrus Biwarang, thank you for joining us. Hello, Bitrus.
Yeah, good evening.
Oh, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I mean, my first reaction when I saw the result and I saw that Plateau United feeders had won this game by, I think, 79-0, the first reaction I had was, why Bitrus Biwarang? This is the general manager of Plateau United. Why would this be happening with Bitrus Biwarang as the general manager of Plateau United?
It's equally embarrassing to me because honestly, when I had the issue,
well, please
I don't know where to actually start from.
Tone down the volume of your TV. We are getting some feedback from your phone, from your line. Tone down the volume. Let's the communication just be via the phone.
Tony.
Yeah. Is the volume down now?
I'm having some problems. Well, when I first heard the news that this was what happened to my team, I was really embarrassed. And I immediately, I sent to our local media here that, the technical crew should be suspended. And then I will set a committee so that, they will investigate that kind of embarrassing performance.
Go on.
So right now, I had a meeting with the Plateau Football Association, and we formed a committee to investigate, the outcome of that match. So this is something that I'm going to fight and come out with a solution to discourage all these kind of match fixing issues in Nigerian football.
Well, you are a respected voice, Bitrus Bewarang. You are a respected voice on the domestic scene, on our football scene. You are the president, I think, of our coaches association. What punishment will be adequate for something as embarrassing as what we saw a couple of days ago in Bauchi? Well, we're having problem getting your response. I was just saying that as a respected voice on our domestic scene, what will be adequate punishment for what happened to your players, to all the teams involved in what happened in Bauchi a couple of days ago?
Well, as they came back from the competition, I had to ask the technical head, who was the chief coach of the team, to come up to bring a report for me to tell me why, such a scandalous act should come up from our own team, knowing full well that I am one of those championing to stop corruption in the league. So he was telling me that they too were trying to come out of the team, but the idea was that let them not be accused of abandoning the match. So I said, well, if you wouldn't abandon the match, then you should complain to the officials that you are not going to continue. And they didn't give me a satisfactory reason, and that was how I joined hands with my Plateau Football Association here on the Plateau to get the committee so that we really find out who brought this thing to such a shameful conclusion. Because that match couldn't have been concluded at all if really we are sincere to ourselves. If the referees have been seeing the action of the players that were unbecoming, then they should stop the match. And I cannot spare anybody that would be part of that kind of an action, even if it is a serious action that is meted out by the football authorities. I will be behind them, because I will never be a party condoning such an ugly action. So I will just support the authorities if they really come up with any decision that will stop this kind of thing. But let me tell you, Tony, these things have been happening in the past. And you see now that it has spilled into the youth. It's what is making me very angry. Because if these things have been tackled much earlier, where such issues come up, then we shouldn't have come to a stage that the youth would be taught to fix a match. That is where my problem is.
Well, you're absolutely right, because this is supposed to be the lowest level of football in Nigeria. We must thank you for speaking to us, Bitrus Bewarang. I'm sure we'll still come back to you in the days ahead and maybe get your reaction to some of the other issues around Nigerian football. Well, we've spoken to Gara Gombe, proprietor of Babayaro FC. We've just spoken as well to the general manager of Plateau United. His feeder team, Plateau United Feeders, were also involved. They actually scored 79 goals. I mean, even if you put Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Robin Van Persie, Radamel Falcao in one team, I don't think they scored 79 goals in a game.
Somebody mentioned was that he said the game was not played over 90 minutes.
Maybe
120.
Extra time.
Extra time.
But it raised the point. I mean, on a more serious note, it raised the point, because this is the lowest level of football. Amateur is the lowest level of football. If we have such large-scale corruption at that level of football, then there's a problem.
There's a problem.
If at this level of our game we're having things like this, then it's a structural problem in Nigeria.
It's a structural problem. It shows that people are not doing they are not being monitored somewhere.